was a lot of people in Louisiana that called people Bocephus, you know, and I was born in Shreveport. But Rod Brasfield had a little dummy on the Grand Ole Opry, and he called it Bocephus, and they said I would crawl over the floor and grab it and play with it, and I think that had a lot to do with it, too. So that's where it came from. The truth is always stranger than what you can make up.
Imposters out of running around. Tell you something now, they ain't real. They got no scars, got no feel. They can't cut no guitar, whiskey band in hellbound. Now I'm looking for a lover. Yeah, I'ma have some fun. They call me Bocephus, baby. I'm a son of a gun. Some of us are born with it. Some of us never get it. Well, thank God I'm a guitar man. Sure love the money. Sure love them honeys. But the thing I really love is to get down with a band. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Mr. Hank Williams Jr. Everybody loves me. Those that do wanna fight. Right at the end, I got some guitar friends from legendary Saturday nights. I learned some from Lynyrd, Skynyrd, Sugar, Daddy Ernest Tubb too. This is a platinum boy. Those are rock and roll country blues. Now I'm looking for a lover. I'm gonna have some fun. They call me Bocephus, baby. I'm a son of a gun. Some of us are born with it. Some of us never get it. Thank God I'm a guitar man. Woo. Oh, it's true, I love the honey. Oh, it's true, I like a little money. But the thing I really love is to get down with the band. Yeah. Woo. I believe there will be an after party here tonight. Yeah. Woo. Hey, you know how they say down there, right? I'm talking about a little B, a little O, a little C, a little E, P, H, a U-S. Tried, tested, and true, baby. Yeah.
Please welcome Tim McGraw.
Welcome, CMT Giants honoring Hank Williams Jr. Tonight we're here to throw a party, a giant party, for old Bocephus. We got a pig in the ground, we got beer on ice, and all his rowdy friends are here tonight. And believe me, to get a permit in Hollywood to put a pig in the ground, you got to get pretty rowdy. Now, giant, that's the perfect description of Hank Jr.'s career so far. This is the only artist ever to have won Entertainer of the Year, not once, not twice, 5 times in a row. He's sold over 50 million albums, and for nearly 2 decades, sports fans around the globe have kicked off Monday night with his signature, "Are you ready for some football?" Now, the fact that Hank Jr. is sitting here at all is nothing short of a miracle. Just go ahead and get comfortable, Hank. When a horrifying mountain fall nearly killed him, rather than give up and walk away, Hank used the tragedy as an opportunity to completely reinvent himself. He went out, rocked things up, and gave country music a good kick in the ass. Which we could use that again, Hank, anytime you're ready. Hank, you are a true American icon. And personally, I grew up listening to your music. I played your songs. I cut my teeth on your songs. And I wouldn't be standing here tonight if it wasn't for you. We gathered your fans, your friends, to celebrate you and your incredible life. You've been entertaining us for nearly 5 decades. It's a good thing you got a couch. So it's time for you to sit back and enjoy. Tonight is your night, Bocephus.
Well, my mama met my daddy down in Alabama. They timed the knots and here I am. Born on the bayou on the Texas line. Love in Louisiana, raised on that line.
Tonight from Hollywood, this is CMT Giants honoring Hank Williams Jr. Performances by Alan Jackson, Brad Paisley, Buddy Guy, Gretchen Wilson, Holly Williams, Kid Rock, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Shooter Jennings, Steven Tyler, Tim McGraw, Toby Keith. With special appearances by Al Michaels, Dierks Bentley, the ESPN Monday Night Football crew, Jessica Simpson, John Madden, Johnny Knoxville, Jimmy Kimmel, Kenny Chesney, Martina McBride, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Terry Bradshaw, and a special performance by Hank Williams Jr. Martina McBride and Toby Keith are coming up. But first, an unforgettable performance by Alan Jackson when CMT Giants honoring Hank Williams Jr. continues. Back to CMT Giants honoring Hank Williams Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Paisley.
The musical forces that came together to create the Hank Williams Jr. sound all began down in the Deep South. Well, he learned how to rock and roll from Jerry Lee Lewis and Elvis Presley. He picked up the blues from records of Jimmy Reed, Buddy Guy, Robert Johnson, and blended those influences with the bluesy country music of his father. Then while Hank toured throughout the country, as a teenager, he absorbed all the music that he came across, and he incorporated those sounds into his own musical voice. But that didn't just happen. He may make it look easy, but Hank has spent decades dedicated to his craft. He's written some of the most memorable songs in country music. Songs that give voice to the American everyman. When you're at one of those concerts, you'll see Hank play just about every instrument known to man: guitar, banjo, fiddle, piano, bass, harmonica, drums, and play them all well. It's undeniable that Hank Williams Jr. has become one of the most influential artists of our time. Any genre of music, anything you can think of. I know everybody on this stage this evening, myself included, We would not be doing what we're doing if it hadn't been for him. Thank you, Hank, for being who you are and inspiring all of us. Well, singing one of his favorite Hank songs, Blues Man, please welcome Alan Jackson.
He's just a singer, natural born guitar ringer. He's kind of a clinger to sad old songs. He's not a walk behind her. He's a new note finder. His name's a reminder of a blues man that's already gone. He started drinking, took some things, messed up his thinking. He was sure singing. She came along. He was alone in the spotlight. Not too much left inside. She changed all that in one night when she sang him this song. Say, hey baby, I love you. Hey baby, I need you. Hey baby, you ain't got to prove to me you're some kind of macho man. You've wasted so much of your life. You're running through the dark nights. Let me shine a little love light down on that blues man. He got so sick from speed, all the things they said he was needing. If he was to keep on pleasing, yeah, all of his fans. He got cuffed on dirt roads, got sued over no shows. She came and took all that old load down off that blues man. And he sang, hey baby, I love you too. Hey baby, I need you. Hey baby, I do get tired of this traveling band. I'm over 40 years old now. Nights would be cold now if you hadn't stuck it out with this blues man. He's over 40 years old now. Nights would be so cold now if she hadn't hung around for that blues man. I'll play him a little blues over here soon. appreciate it.
When I do my acoustic set, and I go down to open G and, you know, or delta tuning or A or an open E, that's just natural for me. I'm a son of the South, like the song said, born on the bayou on the Texas line, loved in Louisiana and raised on jambalaya. You know, I don't do opera, but I do blues.
We'll be back with more CMT Giants. Welcome back to CMT Giants, honoring Hank Williams Jr.
Johnny knew me from the time I was a very small little baby. I've got pictures of us together at 8 years old, 10 years old. June Carter's my godmother. To them, you know, I'm Bocephus. Good old John, he loved outdoors, he loved firearms, he loved Civil War, and me and him were just really into that. Yeah, we didn't talk shop all the time. What's the best bullet, Bocephus, that I'd like to have the most accurate 36 caliber because I love cap and ball. Just like he was sitting there. He loved it, cap and ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gretchen Wilson.
Hank told me once that he inherited two passions from his daddy, one for music and one for the outdoors. If you think he gets excited about music, you ought to see him out in the woods or on the water. I don't think I've ever met anybody with a deeper love for hunting and fishing than this man right here. He juggles his whole concert schedule around the hunting season. And when he wraps up the show, even if it's midnight, he's jumping on a plane or a bus to make sure he's out in the woods by sunrise. But there's one thing that he loves more than hunting. That's his family. So he combines the two. Most days you'll find him out in the woods with his youngest kids, Sam and Katie, sharing his passion with the next generation. And I gotta tell you, I'm so happy that I was a part of a generation that was touched by Hank's music. From the moment that we first met, I felt like I was a part of the family, and I still do. I love you, Hank. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce a few more of your fans singing the #1 hit from 1987, Born to Boogie. This is Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Let us tell you a little story, huh? About Mr. Bocephus, huh? Come on. Well, my mama met my daddy down in Alabama. They tied the knot, so here I am. Born on the bayou on the Texas line. Love Louisiana, raised on jambalaya. Now before I could walk, I had a guitar in my hand. By the time I could talk, I had my own band. I went on the road when I was 8 years old. When I turned 15, I was still at the show. Money to burn, the girls were pretty. It didn't take long to learn. I was born to boogie. Oh, I was 18, I went to Hollywood. I met Elvis and Marilyn and Johnny B. Good. Got my guitar painted in the California sun. Red Cadillac, having too much fun. Yeah, that's right. Now we're playing them halls and we're jamming them till they moved us on over to MGM. They said this is the boy we were telling you about. He lit a cigar and he stuck his hand out. Yeah, that's right. He said, son, have we got a deal for you?
we're gonna make you a star and give you 50 grand too. I told her my mama didn't raise no fool. I take your money, I make you move in. But I tell you right now, Hank was born to boogie. Woo! What I do now is what I did then. I backed it down with all my rowdy friends. Yeah. Now I can be sweet and I can be mean. Still got my hair, still wear my jeans. The shades of chrome, my guitar steel. You think I won't, then believe me I will. Get down with your baby, cause he ain't no rookie. Bocephus was born to boogie.
Welcome back to CMT Giants, honoring Hank Williams Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, Dierks Bentley.
Randall Hank Williams was only 3 years old when his legendary father died in the backseat of a blue Cadillac convertible on the way to a New Year's Eve gig in Canton, Ohio. Hank Williams was only 29. Country music lost its biggest star, and Audrey, Hank's widow, figured her son could fill that void. For the next 15 years, she acted as Hank Jr.'s manager, pushing him into performing his father's hits. Crowds went wild with this reincarnation of Hank Williams, and Hank Jr.'s popularity spiked, but not without a steep price. He grew frustrated that his own identity was being stifled. When Hank Jr. was 14, while riding on a tour bus through the hills of Tennessee, he wrote a song that some say defined him. Standing in the Shadows was a top 5 hit and symbolic of Hank's tough life. At 18, Hank branched out with his own type of music. Audiences walked out of his shows, though. They wanted to hear Hank Williams music, but Hank Jr. had decided to sing his own songs. For nearly a dozen years, he toured and toiled, writing and recording album after album, hoping his music would strike a chord with country music fans. Bocephus began down the same dark, treacherous path that doomed his dad. Kentucky bourbon and bottles of pills became part of Hank's life. Then, in 1979, Hank's fortunes turned around with the song Family Tradition. It was a huge hit, one in which Hank proudly sang about hard living in his daddy's name. He got the opportunity to sing with his dad in 1989 when he recorded the classic song, There's a Tear in My Beer. It was a momentous event for a man who'd come full circle and finally embraced his father's legacy. Congratulations, Hank.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shooter Jennings.
How y'all doing? You know, Hank and I have a lot in common. We're both so proud to be the sons of country music legends, and we both had a chance to play music with our fathers. But I've got to say that his story about how Hank got to play with his dad is a little more complicated. You see, back in 1951, Hank Sr. recorded a demo of a beer-drinking song called There's a Tear in My Beer. The unmarked recording ended up in an attic in Texas. There it sat, baking and freezing for nearly 4 decades. Then in late 1980s, the owner, Bill Lister, who was in the Hank Sr.'s band, rediscovered it and gave it to Hank Jr. And thanks to a little digital technology, plenty of creativity, and maybe a little bit of divine help, Hank Jr. finally had a chance to duet with Hank Sr. There's a Tear in My Beer became a huge hit, winning a Grammy Award. The incredible video Hank created for it won Video of the Year. It's an amazing song and an amazing story. Hey, y'all, you got to understand, Hank Jr. means a whole lot to me because I would be like a deer in headlights in this industry if it hadn't been for him setting the pace, mixing southern rock, rock and roll, and country. Right here on my arm, I've got CBCS tattooed. That means Country Boy Can't Survive, right here. That's Mr. Hank Williams Jr., Mr. Bocephus right there. And now here to perform, there's a Tear in My Beer, one of my favorites right now, Mr. Brad Paisley.
There's a tear in my beer, 'cause I'm crying for you, dear. You are on my lonely mind. Into these last few beers, I have shed a million tears. You are on my lonely mind. I'm gonna keep drinking until I'm petrified, and then maybe these tears will leave my eyes. There's a tear in my beer, 'cause I'm crying for you, dear. You are on my lonely mind. Let's pick one. Keep drinking till I can't move a toe, and then maybe my heart won't hurt me so. There's a tear in my beer, 'cause I'm crying for you, dear. You are on my lonely mind. Lord, I've tried and I've tried, my tears I can't hide. You are on my lonely mind. All these blues that I've found have really got me down. You are on my lonely mind. I'm gonna keep drinking till I can't even think, 'cause in the last week I ain't slept awake. There's a tear in my beer, 'cause I'm crying for you, dear. You are on my lonely mind.
Daddy is in a class by himself. You know, you can sit here and drop names. It doesn't matter if it's Keith Richards or Waylon Jennings or Chris Christopherson or Alan Jackson. They just look at him and it just, you know, and you say, well, you know, he was 29. Huh? He was 29 when he died? I said, yeah, he's 29. He did it in 4 years, you know, as far as, although he was singing all the time. Would have to be the most natural songwriting talent in the history of country music. It has to be.
Welcome back to CMT Giants. Ladies and gentlemen, Martina McBride.
One August day in 1975, Hank's spirit of adventure nearly ended his life. Hank, his friend Dick Willie, and Dick's 11-year-old son Walt wake up early to go sheep hunting along the Continental Divide separating Idaho and Montana. They are 11,000 feet in the air. Hank gingerly steps onto a snowfield, placing his feet in the boot prints of Dick and Walt, who have just crossed before him. He gets halfway across, then the ground beneath him gives way. Hank tumbles hard and fast, 520 feet down Ajax Mountain. Only a giant gray boulder stops his momentum. When Hank touches his face, he finds that it has been shattered. Miraculously, though, he is alive. Hurting and hopeless, Hank talks to his dad about the demons he has fought much of his adult life. He is certain that he'll never entertain again. He asks God for a second chance to get life right. Hank has said, "I felt the despair and self-loathing peel away from me." Thankfully, Hank, God did answer your prayer on Ajax Mountain that August day, and I think he did all of us a favor. I can't imagine the world of music without you in it. Congratulations, Hank. We all love you.
I was going around the mountains there on the Idaho-Montana border, and we were descending, and we're way up high, and it was basically an avalanche. And I went out there, and the whole thing went down, just gone. And I said, I'll never be out of here. I didn't know how badly I was hurt, you know. It was a deal of laying there in the snow and keeping a beat on a rock with one hand, you know. But I really thought I would not make it through that. And like a lot of the doctors said, I don't know if you're supposed to count deer or play songs. You've been left here to do something.
Ladies and gentlemen, the father and son who helped save Hank's life on Ajax Mountain, please welcome his longtime friends, Dick and Walt Willie.
I was only 11 years old the day Hank fell, but one look and I knew things were very serious.
People do not realize just how badly Hank was hurt that day. When I finally reached him at the bottom of the mountain, I took off my shirt and tied up what was left of his face. Then I left Walt to stay with him while I went to find help.
Before Dad left us, he told me, "Don't let Hank go to sleep. Keep talking to him." I talked about everything from football and hunting and how we were going to go fishing that day after he got back. I sat on that mountain for nearly 4 hours before a rescue helicopter finally found us. They strapped Hank to the side of the chopper and flew him away. I still have a note that Hank gave me 2 days after the fall, and it says, "Walt, thanks for saving me, Hank Williams, Jr." In the months after the accident, the media credited me with saving Hank's life. But I think we all know there was a greater power on that mountain that day that had bigger plans for Hank Williams, Jr.
Hank, our families have become very close since your accident. We've been through a lot together. You are indeed living proof that a country boy can survive.
Ladies and gentlemen, Toby Keith.
Preaching man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a-going dry. The interest is up and the stock market's down, and you only get mugged if you go downtown. I live back in the woods, you see, a woman and the kids and the dogs and me. Got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive. Country boys can survive. Country folk can survive. I could plow a field all day long, catch catfish from dusk till dawn, and go noodling to it. Make our own whiskey, grow our own smoke too. Ain't too many things these old boys can't do. We grow good old tomatoes and homemade wine. Country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Cause you can't stop us out and you can't make us run. We're them old boys raised on shotgun. You say grace and we say ma'am. If you ain't into that, we don't give a damn. Came from the West Virginia coal mines and the Rocky Mountains and the western sky. Yeah, we can skin a buck, run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Had a good friend in New York City. He never called me by my name, just Hillbilly. Grandpa taught me how to live off the land. Here's taught him to be a businessman. He used to send me pictures of the Broadway night. I'd send him some homemade wine. But he was killed by a man with a switchblade knife. For $43, my friend lost his life. Hell, I'd love to spit some beach nut in that dude's eye and shoot him with my old 45. Cause country boys can survive. Country folks can survive. Hey, you can't stop us out, you can't make us run. We're them old boys raised on shotgun. Yeah, we say grace, we say ma'am. If you ain't into that, we don't give a damn. North California and South Alabama and little bitty towns all around this land. Son, we can skin a buck, run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Country boy can survive. Country boy can survive.
Next, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Terry Bradshaw, plus Steven Tyler and blues legend Buddy Guy, when CMT Giants return. Welcome back to CMT Giants.
Hank, I don't know about you guys, but I can speak for me. That Monday Night Football theme, you hear it on ringtones, you hear it when you walk in the office, you hear it on Monday nights. And Tony, Jaws goes into this violent reaction when he hears the Are You Ready for Some Football?
He gets spasmodic when that happens. It's very frightening. You do hear it all over the country. And doing this job the last 2 years, it gives me shivers. I want to smash my head open like a pumpkin at some time. But it's got to be the single most recognizable tune in the history of sports.
No,
I don't know that there's a category for that, but it's way ahead of everything else.
You know, but as a player, I remember the song. You know, it got you excited as a player. And what was that word? Spasmodic. I got to remember that one, Mike. Maybe I'll get a little spasmodic when that song comes out tonight. Thanks, Hank.
We want to say congratulations, Hank. We are proud to be a part of Monday Night Football, but you are the biggest piece of Monday Night Football.
Hank, the phrase I hear more often than not when people find out I work for Monday Night Football is, are you ready for some football? You have put your signature, your stamp on this game, and we love you for it.
Hank, I've been a Monday Night Football fan since I was 8 years old, and no one is more synonymous with a big sporting event. I just want to say thanks for all those years of giving me goosebumps and getting us all ready for some football.
Please welcome Steven Tyler and blues guitar legend Buddy Guy.
Just put in my hand. Lord, it's hard to be a bachelor man. I got girls that can cook, girls that can clean. I got girls that can do everything in between. I gotta get her ready, make everything red. It's all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Do you wanna drink? Do you wanna party? Yeah, we're talking about Hank. Yeah, this party's started. We cook a pig in the ground, got some beer on ice. All my friends are coming over tonight. Now my party pays out in the woods. It's a long, long way from Hollywood. But I got some natural queen out on the floor. And old Mississippi just walked through the door. Got a little whirlpool made for 10. You can jump out, I can jump in. You can do anything that you wanna do. But don't step on my cowboy boots. Yeah, do you wanna drink? Do you wanna party? Oh no, they're talking about Hank. Yeah, get this party started. I cook a pig in the ground, got beer on ice. All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Do you wanna drink? Do you wanna party? Yeah, we're talking about Hank. Get this party started. We cook a pig in the ground, we got some beer on us. All my rowdy friends are going. Yeah. That's right. Do you wanna drink? Yeah, baby. Do you wanna party?
This is Rockin' Randall Hank. I'm gonna get your ass kick-started.
Cause he got a pig in the ground, he got some beer on ice. All his rowdy friends are going. Mr. Buddy Guy! Mr. Buddy Guy!
Ladies and gentlemen, NFL Hall of Famer, legendary Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, Terry Bradshaw.
Thank you. Thank you, folks. Hank, I've always been a huge fan of yours, not just of your music, of course, but as the man who a few 100 million people know
as the voice of Monday Night Football. You know, it dawned on me a while back just how much the two of us really are alike. I mean, take, for example, your favorite football team, Pittsburgh Steelers. My favorite football team, Pittsburgh Steelers. Over my career in football, we've been able to win as a team 4 Super Bowls. And, of course, over your career, you were able to win 4 Emmy Awards. As a country artist, you started out recording your daddy's songs. And as a country artist, I recorded one of your daddy's songs. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Excuse me. Did I mention 4 Super Bowls? Thank you. Hank, you've been riling up football fans for nearly 20 years, kicking off the biggest night in sports. Your favorite team might not be able to sing as well as you, but you can't question their love for you. Take a look at this. Are you ready? When it's Monday night and the movie got begun, I turn on my TV for a little pigskin fun. I see Super Bowl season right here on TV. Oh, what? Biggest day of the week is our specialty. I gotta get it to get everything right, because Monday Night Football's coming on tonight. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for some football? Monday night, boy. Hey, ready to get down started. Hey, we got to love the field and turn up the lights. All my other friends are here on my night. Now as I keep jacking up, trying to listen to him. Did you like that? Oh, God. Well, thank goodness they played better than they can sing. Anyway, Hank, we all love you. And you know what? We wanted to show you our gratitude. And so everyone on the show tonight, well, they signed this ball. And this is just for you, my friend. 20 years, Hank. 20 more. God bless you. Love you, babe.
Hey, Hank, congratulations. I think what you did for Monday Night Football through the years was tremendous. I mean, people would go around the country saying, are you ready for some football? You are a true giant in the industry.
Yeah, Hank, congratulations. We enjoyed all those years, and you're a special guy, and you deserve this.
Welcome back to CMT Giants.
I always tell Holly or Hillary, Shelton, whoever, don't forget now, your grandmother, Audrey Williams, did way more shows than Hank did because he died. She was out there doing what she could. She was on that road doing shows, hauling me out there, doing shows, hauling Waylon out there, hauling Haggard out there, doing shows, hauling Kilgore out there. It had the right name, Audrey Williams' Caravan of Stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Chesney.
If you were going to define Hank Williams Jr. by any one aspect of what he does, it would have to be the way he handles a crowd, handles a stage, and brings the music home. Hank hit the road and gained experience playing to huge crowds beginning at age 14. Singing his father's songs for 20,000 crazed fans in Detroit's Cobo Hall gave Bocephus a sense of how big it could really be. As Hank Jr. evolved from Hank Sr.'s songs to his own, he knew while it wasn't what Nashville was selling, the people appreciated his renegade style of music that had a hard rock feel. Fans bought tickets whether he was on the radio or not, and filled concert halls by the thousands. With those legendary high-energy performances, he played all kinds of instruments, danced around, and toyed with the crowd. His album started selling in the millions, and his songs began to dominate country radio. Hank Jr. became an unstoppable force with fans, and country music could no longer ignore him. In the 80s, Hank had a record-setting 9 albums on the Billboard chart all at the same time. From 1986 to 1988, he won an unprecedented 5 straight Entertainer of the Year honors from the ACM and the CMA. That reign cemented his stature as country music's quintessential showman. That instinct to know what fans want remains. In 2007, Hank was inducted into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame. A songwriter, a storyteller, a singer, and a musician. But most of all, the man is a full-tilt entertainer. Congratulations, Hank, for rocking country music like nobody else could, and like your dad, redefining just how intense this music can be.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Johnny Knoxville.
Sorry about that, Hank. I meant to give you a whole bottle, but I had to wait backstage a little bit. So the folks at CMT were trying to think of the perfect person to introduce the song Whiskey Bent and Hellbound. And unfortunately, Gary Busey was not available. Steve-O is in jail. So they came to me. Growing up in the hills of Tennessee, Hank, I was a huge fan of yours, and I stand up here tonight a huge fan. God bless you. And right now, to sing Whiskey Bent and Hellbound, we got Mr. Tim McGraw.
Got a good woman at home who thinks I do no wrong. But sometimes, Lord, she just ain't always around. And you know that's when I fall. I can't help myself at all. And I'll get whiskey bent and hellbound. Play me a song about a rambling man with a cold one in my hand. 'Cause you know I love to hear them guitar sounds. But don't you play I'm so lonesome I could cry, 'cause I'll get all balled up inside. I'll get whiskey bent and hellbound. Yeah. Come on. Sure enough, about closing time, about stoned out of my mind, and I end up with some honky-tonk special I found. Just as sure as the morning sun comes, thinking about my sweet girl at home. And I need to get whiskey bent and hellbound. Play me a song about a rambling man, put old Jim Beam in my hand. 'Cause you know I still love to get drunk and hear country sound. But don't you play your cheating heart, 'cause it'll tear me all apart. And I'll get whiskey bent and hell-bound. Your Hank songs always make me feel low down.
Special performance by Hank himself is on the way. But next, a tribute from Jimmy Kimmel and Gretchen Wilson sings. Welcome back to CMT Giants. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Kimmel.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. Thank you. I'm talking to you from the bar next to my TV studio. This is the kind of place where Hank Williams Jr.'s music about hurt and heartache feel especially right. Can I get a sunburned fizzy lady? Okay. Thank you. Anyway, Hank, your music will stand the test of time, especially classics like Naked Women and Beer. Naked Women and Beer. We got it all here. For your eyes and your ears. They show it all in the clear. Way up north and down south, woo, somebody shut my mouth. Ooh, thank you, Guillermo. Naked women. Naked women. Ice cold beer. It's all together in here. Naked women and beer. I almost get choked up saying those words. Hats off to you, Bocephus. You're a great American. And this is a great sunburned fizzy lady. Thank you. You're welcome.
Singing her favorite Hank song, please welcome Gretchen Wilson.
All my rowdy friends have settled down, and they seem to be more into laid-back songs. Nobody wants to get drunk and get loud. Everybody
Waylon Jennings and Merle Haggard were on the tour. I'm talking the early 60s, middle 60s, and they were arguing over which one of them was going to make it. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. Me and Merle talk about it all the time. Hag, man, they were going out there. So that's the environment I grew up in, getting that old, some kind of horrible motorhome that Waylon had would break down every 100 miles. You know? And of course, the bus we had wasn't much different. Boy, this is fun being on tour. At the time I was young enough, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I didn't care. I was all for it. I'm going to ride with Waylon on his motorhome. All good.
Welcome back to CMT Giants. Please welcome Jessica Simpson.
Hank was just 3 years old when his father passed away, and even though he was just a boy, Hank Sr.'s legend and lore were a major presence in his life. It was a relationship that Hank Jr. and another of his heroes, Waylon Jennings, sang about in their 1983 duet, The Conversation. Here to sing that song tonight are Hank's daughter and Waylon's son. Please welcome my good friends, Holly Williams and Shooter Jennings.
Now, Hank, let's talk about your daddy. Tell me how your mama loved that man.
Just break out a bottle, horse. I tell you about the drifting cowboy band.
We won't talk about the habits, just the music and the man. Now, Holly, you just gotta tell me, did your daddy really write all them songs?
That don't deserve no answer, horse. Just slide up and let's move along.
Do you think he wrote them about your mama? Come on. About the man who done her wrong. Yeah, get up on your feet.
Yeah, back then they called him crazy. Nowadays they call him the same. Now the ones that call him crazy are still riding on his name.
He was here right now, Bocephus. Would he think that we were right? Do you think he might?
He would, 'cause he's got one arm around my mama, Lord. He'd be right here by our side.
If we left for a show to Provo, he'd be the first one on the bus and ready to ride. That's the one to go in. Hank, come on. Wherever he is, I hope he's happy. Yeah, and I hope he's doing well, standing next to my dad hand in hand. Come on.
He is, 'cause he's got one arm around my mama, Lord. He sure didn't love Miss Audrey and raising hell.
Well, I won't ask you no more questions. To the stories only Hank can tell. Yeah, back then they called him crazy. Nowadays they call him the same. Most folks don't know that they find him from the Opry, and that caused the greatest pain.
Oh, I love to tell you about a love sick, yeah. How Miss Audrey loved that man.
You know I've always loved to listen. Stories about that drifting cowboy band. And man,
You know
when we get right down to it, you're still the most wanted outlaw in the land. Take it home, boy.
ladies and gentlemen, Toby Keith.
Thank you. Thank you very much. When I was a little boy, about 5 or 6 years old, my mother was 25 or 26, and she bought 2 tickets for her and her girlfriend to go to the Hank Williams Jr. show in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And Hank was all dressed up in a nice suit, and they had him clean cut, and he was singing a song called 11 Roses. I guess you've noticed. You know that one? Anyway, he was singing this song, and so years later go by, and the first time I got to meet him, we were in Louisville at the State Fair about 10 years ago, I think. So I go over to his bus, and I'm going to go up and see the man, Bocephus, right? I said, hey, man, I met you when I was 5 years old in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and you were singing a song called 11 Roses. And he goes, well, thank God I don't have to play that anymore, man. You remember that? So, anyway, Hank went on to start dressing out of his own closet, singing his own songs, and surrounding himself with people that he could trust and that believed in the dream he did. So when my career got that way in the early 90s, I surrounded myself with people that I could believe in and surrounded myself. I started dressing out of my closet, singing my own songs because of you, Hoss. So, as an artist, it's so important to have somebody around you that you can trust completely all the time. And very few of us in this business have that kind of person in our lives. For nearly half a century, Hank Jr. did have that in his life, and it was his best friend and manager, Merle Kilgore. Hank and Merle, they were a team. When Hank was 14, started his performing career, his mother called Merle and asked him to be his opening act. The two of them roomed together, rode endless hours on the bus together. In the process, became best friends. Merle was a brother, father, mentor, co-conspirator, all rolled into one. He was there in the good times, he was there in the bad times. When Hank became the biggest act in country music and Nashville still refused to acknowledge him, it was Merle who finally got them to stand up and take notice. He took every record exec on Music Row to lunch and explained to them what they were missing out on. Merle was truly the man behind the legend. We should all be so blessed to have a friend like Merle Kilgore.
Merle Kilgore would be like a brother and a father, someone that's always looking at the bright side of things. Back when I was, 14, he would borrow one of my guitars, and maybe I had just gotten and go out there and scratch it all up on stage, doing his Ring of Fire or Wolverton Mountain. I'd tell Mama, I said, God, he scratched my guitar all to pieces, you know. But later on, I didn't care. After I got to know him, I said, you can scratch it all you want. Yeah, boy, talked about the history that me and him had. I'm going to tell you something. When you lose somebody that's been with you 40 years like that, it's a big deal.
Back to CMT Giants. Now to honor Hank Jr., please welcome Kid Rock.
It's been quite a night, brother. Quite a night. And we talk about a father and a brother and a friend, someone who's honest, whose heart runs on his own clock, if you know what I mean. I mix a lot of music, hip-hop and country and rock and roll and rhythm and blues and gospel, and guess where I learned that from? Why does Hank deserve this tribute tonight? Because he put some balls in country music. He's the real deal. There's not a lot of people that tell me what to do in this life. There's not a lot of people that I look up to and respect in a manner like I do Hank. Because of Hank, I quit smoking cigarettes. Because of Hank, I quit doing other funny stuff, if you know what I'm talking about.
because I respect him. He's been like a father figure and taught me so much, but he hangs out with me like a brother. What can I say? Hank Williams Jr.
I know who my real fans are. I see every one of you out there. We're from North California and South Alabama and little bitty towns all over this land. I know the difference in the phony stuff and the real stuff, because I had the phony stuff for a long time when I was growing up. I only deal in the real stuff. My fans are the most loyal, hardcore fans in country music, period.
Yes, sir! I don't give a about going to L.A. and do no damn giant show. I don't want to do that. Forget it. It's bow season. I hate that. I could care less about that. You got it? But that was the devil talking. I've gone out here and I have seen the light. Yes, sir. Amen. The devil was trying to keep me away from Southern California. But no. I went up to Detroit. I went down to Florida and they said, Bocephus, you got a lot of love waiting on you out there. And I'm so glad that I came here to accept your love and give you a whole lot back. Thank you very much.
Special performance by Bocephus himself, Hank Williams Jr.
KZLA don't sign off with Dixie the way they did in Sweet Home, Alabama. And the people didn't offer me no Jim Beam whiskey the way they did in the Tennessee Mountain Land. They said, son, you're gonna play the Big Apple. So I thought I'd go up there to see. All I've seen so far is one big hassle.
I wish I was with Bocephus down there in Tennessee.
If this is the promised land, I've had all I can stand. I'm headed back below the Dixie line. I don't fit in, and I never go back again. I was busted there and I had Dixie on my mind. Yeah, I was stuck up there and I had Dixie on my mind. Those people never smiled or said a word, all too busy trying to make an extra dime. I'd love to haul them all down to Spartanburg and show them Troy, Caldwell, and Caroline. Oh, the things you know that I want most of all is the freedom of the rivers and the pine. They don't do no hunting and fishing up there at all, but I have met a few squirrels and a porcupine. If this is the promised land, I've had all I can stand. Wish I was down in Montgomery town tonight. I just don't fit in and I'll never go back again. I was busted girl that had Dixie on my mind. Have you ever been stuck somewhere with Dixie on your mind? Do you want a drink? Do you want a party? This is Rockin' Randall Hank. I'm gonna get the thing started. Thank you for coming here. I won't forget it. It's very special to me.